Welcome to Dark Side Theater, where haunting stories come to life.
Inspired by brutality, the genesis of a nightmare. This is not just a story but a harrowing journey into the darkest corners of the human psyche. It's a tale that forces us to confront the uncomfortable truths about the nature of evil and the fragility of sanity. Henry Portrait of a Criminal is not just a film, it's a chilling exploration of a mind twisted by violence and devoid of remorse. The blank expression on Henry's face is a window into a soul that has been consumed by darkness. It's a descent into the abyss of the human soul. Each step down this rocky path symbolizes the gradual erosion of humanity, leading to a place where light barely penetrates, and hope is but a distant memory. Inspired by the bone-chilling crimes of real-life killers, the movie doesn't shy away from darkness. It immerses you in the grim reality of their actions, making you feel the weight of their deeds. It drags you down into its depths. The suffocating feeling of being submerged, unable to escape, mirrors the inescapable grip of fear and horror that the film instills in its audience. The film's creators drew inspiration from the true story of Henry Lee Lucas, a drifter who confessed to hundreds of murders. His story is pieced together from old newspaper clippings and police records, each fragment revealing a new layer of his monstrous persona. Lucas's confessions were a twisted tapestry of violence and depravity. They shocked a nation. The courtroom scenes and press conferences captured the public's horrified fascination with his crimes, as people struggled to comprehend the extent of his brutality. While the film takes liberties with specific details, the core of its horror remains rooted in reality. The director's vision brings to life the chilling essence of Lucas's story, blending fact with fiction to create a narrative that is both compelling and terrifying. It's a chilling reminder monsters don't just live in the shadows, they walk among us, hidden in plain sight, their true nature masked by the mundane. They hide in plain sight. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it's easy to overlook the darkness that lurks just beneath the surface. This film serves as a stark reminder to remain vigilant, for the true horror often lies where we least expect it. Descent into Darkness, Henry's Reign of Terror. We meet Henry, played with unsettling intensity by Michael Rooker. He is unassuming, even charming, but beneath the surface, darkness festers. We witness his crimes unfold, each more brutal than the last. A robbery gone wrong, a senseless murder. The film doesn't flinch away. As the body count rises, we are forced to confront a disturbing truth. Evil can lurk behind the most ordinary facades. Echoes of reality, the horrifying truth behind the fiction. Henry Lee Lucas claimed to have killed hundreds. His confessions were chilling, detailed. He described his victims, his methods. Authorities believed him, at least for a while. They closed cases, attributing them to Lucas, but doubts began to surface. Inconsistencies emerged, alibis checked out. The truth, it turned out, was even more disturbing than fiction. Lucas was a compulsive liar, reveling in the notoriety. Section 4, A Glimpse into the Abyss, Unmasking Henry's Psyche. This chapter delves deep into the mind of Henry, a man whose life is a labyrinth of shadows and secrets. What drives a man to such darkness? Is it fate, circumstance, or something more sinister lurking within? The film doesn't offer easy answers, instead it presents a complex portrait of a man on the edge. Henry's past is shrouded in trauma. His childhood home, now a decaying relic, holds the echoes of his pain. A glimpse into his childhood reveals abuse, neglect. The innocence of youth was stolen from him. The seeds of violence were sown early. Each moment of suffering planted a dark seed in his soul. We see the world through Henry's eyes, a place where hope is a distant memory. A bleak and unforgiving place where every corner hides a new threat. He is a product of his environment, shaped by the harsh realities of his surroundings. But he is also a master manipulator, using his charm to mask his true intentions. He is both victim and perpetrator, a chilling paradox. In the end, Henry remains an enigma, a haunting figure whose psyche we can only begin to understand. Unsettling truth, the enduring impact of Henry Portrait of a Criminal. Henry Portrait of a Criminal is not a film for the faint of heart. It delves deep into the psyche of a man whose actions are as chilling as they are incomprehensible. The film doesn't shy away from the brutal realities of its subject matter. It's a disturbing, unflinching look at the dark side of humanity. The narrative forces us to confront the uncomfortable truths about the nature of evil and the fragility of our moral compass. It stays with you long after the credits roll. The haunting imagery and the relentless pacing ensure that the story lingers in your mind, making you question the boundaries between right and wrong. It's a stark reminder that evil doesn't always announce itself. Often it lurks in the most unexpected places, hidden behind ordinary facades and everyday interactions. It can hide in plain sight. The film masterfully portrays how malevolence can be masked by normalcy, making it all the more terrifying. The film's true power lies in its ambiguity. It doesn't spoon-feed the audience with clear-cut answers or moral judgments. It doesn't offer easy answers. Instead, it challenges viewers to grapple with their own perceptions of good and evil, right and wrong. It leaves us to confront the darkness within ourselves. By the end, we're left to ponder the unsettling reality that the line between humanity and monstrosity is often disturbingly thin. The sun dipped below the horizon. November 5, 1975, the sky was painted in hues of orange and purple, a breathtaking sight that masked the terror about to unfold. Our workday done, we journeyed home, a tired crew of loggers. The desert air was cool, a welcome relief after a long day of labor. The Arizona desert was dark, silent. Then we saw it. A strange, eerie stillness settled over us. A glow, otherworldly, through the trees. It was unlike anything we had ever seen before, pulsating with an unearthly energy. Curiosity piqued, we drove closer. The light grew brighter, more intense as we approached. The truck's headlights revealed a disc, enormous, hovering silently above the ground. It was metallic, with strange markings. Fear, cold and sharp, gripped us. We were paralyzed, unable to comprehend what we were witnessing. One man stayed in the truck, too terrified to move. He watched in horror as the events unfolded. The rest of us, drawn by an unseen force, approached the object. I ran ahead, compelled by an inexplicable urge. A beam of light shot out, enveloped me. It was blinding, overwhelming, and I felt a strange sensation. I was thrown back, unconscious. My crew panicked. They had never seen anything like it. They thought I was dead. The fear in their eyes was palpable. They fled, the image of the light, the disc, and my limp body seared into their minds. They ran as fast as they could. They left me there, alone in the darkness. The desert was silent once more, but the terror lingered. The authorities were skeptical, unsure of what to believe. A missing person report was filed, but it felt like a formality. My crew, shaken and confused, recounted their story to anyone who would listen. Their account seemed unbelievable. A UFO, a beam of light, my sudden disappearance. Days turned into nights. Searches yielded nothing but more questions. Whispers of a hoax, of murder, followed my crew wherever they went. The weight of suspicion, the fear of the unknown, pressed down on them heavily, making every day a struggle. Meanwhile, I was lost in a world beyond comprehension, a place that defied all logic and reason. I woke up in a sterile white room, my body racked with pain and confusion. Strange creatures surrounded me, their eyes large, black, and chillingly devoid of emotion. They seemed to study me with an unsettling intensity. I was a specimen, poked, prodded, examined with cold precision. Terror, raw and primal, coursed through me. Where was I? What were these beings? My mind raced with questions. Would I ever see my home, my family again? The thought of never returning haunted me. The small town of Snowflake, Arizona buzzed with speculation. Some believed my crew, others dismissed their story as a fabrication. The media descended, hungry for a sensational story. Law enforcement conducted polygraph tests. My crew passed, their stories consistent. The evidence, though circumstantial, pointed to something extraordinary. But what? Days turned into a week. Hope dwindled. Then, a break, a phone call, a frantic voice claiming I was alive at a nearby gas station. Could it be true? I remember the phone booth, the desperate call for help. The voice on the other end was frantic, filled with fear and urgency. My memories of the abduction remained, fragmented, terrifying. The dark forest, the chilling silence, it all felt like a nightmare I couldn't wake up from. The experience left an indelible mark, a scar that would never fully heal, a blend of fear and wonder. I often found myself staring at the sky, questioning the vastness of the universe. My return was met with a mix of relief and disbelief. The nightmare was over, but the questions lingered. Family and friends embraced me, their faces a mix of joy and confusion. What happened to me during those missing days? What did I see? The experience changed us. The world seemed different, more mysterious. Every shadow, every rustle of leaves felt like a reminder of that night. We were forever bound by what we had witnessed. The bond was unspoken, but it was there, a shared secret that weighed heavily on our hearts. The truth, as incredible as it seemed, was out there. The night sky, with its countless stars, held secrets we could only begin to fathom. The events of November 5, 1975, continue to resonate. The The small town, once quiet and unassuming, became the epicenter of a mystery that defied explanation. The fire in the sky incident remains one of the most well-documented and compelling UFO abduction cases in history. It sparked debates, investigations, and countless theories. It is a stark reminder that some mysteries may never be fully understood. The forest, shrouded in mist, stands as a testament to the unknown, a place where reality and the supernatural blur. Stay tuned for another movie that was inspired by true events. You be the judge of that. Hey, true crime fans! Today I'm diving deep into the spine-chilling world of The Strangers and uncovering the real events that inspired this horrifying film. If you love a good scare, stick around, because this story is as creepy as it gets. So, The Strangers was released back in 2008, and it quickly became a cult classic. Directed by Brian Bertino, the film tells the terrifying tale of a couple terrorized by three masked intruders in their remote vacation home. But did you know this movie was inspired by real events? Yep, that's right, let's break it down. The first part of the inspiration comes from a chilling event known as the Ketty Cabin Murders. In 1981, a mother and three children were brutally murdered in a cabin in Ketty, California. The crime scene was horrific, and to this day, the case remains unsolved. The sheer brutality and mystery surrounding these murders were key elements that influenced the atmosphere in The Strangers. But that's not all. Brian Bertino also drew inspiration from something much closer to home. He recalled a night from his childhood when a stranger knocked on his door asking for someone who didn't live there. Later he learned that similar incidents had been reported in the neighborhood, with houses being broken into if no one answered the door. Creepy, right? In The Strangers, the masked intruders ask, "Is Tamara home?" This unsettling question echoes Bertino's real-life experience. The randomness of the violence in the movie, motiveless and senseless, mirrors the nature of these real-life break-ins. Now what makes The Strangers so terrifying is its portrayal of this randomness. The idea that violence can strike without warning or reason is a universal fear. And let's be honest, the masks don't help either. The intruders' disguises add an extra layer of terror, making them faceless monsters who could be anyone. Before I wrap up, here's a chilling thought. Bertino's script was also loosely inspired by the Tate LaBianca murders committed by the Manson family in 1969. The idea of home invasions leading to senseless, brutal violence hits a nerve, making The Strangers an unsettling film from start to finish. So there you have it, the real events that inspired The Strangers. It's a mix of true crime cases and personal experiences that combine to create one of the most haunting films of our time. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit notification bell for more true crime stories. Stay safe out there, and remember, always lock your doors. See you next time.